Error. So the word error is the same as mistake. They're synonyms. And the signs are also the same. So what you're going to do is make a Y with your dominant hand, and then your fingers right here are going to touch your chin, and then you're going to twist to the opposite side. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to twist to my left. Error, or could be mistake as well. Error. Error. Fool. So this sign for a fool means to fool somebody, or to like play a trick on them. To fool somebody. Your non-dominant hand is going to have the index finger up, dominant hand in a fist, and it's like you're going to knock on it and then come back. To fool somebody. To fool somebody. Selling. So if you are selling something at the store, then selling. The sign for selling and store are the same. You'll just be using your context to kind of figure out which word that the person is leaning toward when communicating. Selling, you're going to have your hands in a closed flat O shape with your thumb touching your fingertips facing down, and then move out twice. Selling. Selling. And again, this can also be the same sign for the word store or shopping. Sold. So the word sold is just one movement, like with the word shopping, selling, store. But this time you're just going to have one movement like this, sold. Your hands are going to be closed together in a flat O with your thumb touching your fingertips facing down, and just move out, sold. Sold. So a way that you would use this in context is yesterday, the house sold. Sold. Careful or cautious. So you're going to make K's, and with your dominant hand is going to be on top, and then you're going to rotate away from your body and then back towards yourself. Careful. Twice in a circular motion. Careful or cautious. Careful or cautious. The word cheat has many different variations and also many different regional variations as well. As I've seen some here in Memphis where I live, I may not see on the internet or in books because they're regionally based. What I'm going to show you today are things that you can kind of find out and about in books or online resources as well. So the first sign for cheat that I'm going to show you is both of your hands will have the horn hand shape with the index finger and pinky sticking out. Then your non-dominant arm is going to cross over your body like this, and your dominant arm is going to move in a downward motion, swiping against your non-dominant arm, okay? So your dominant hand is going to swipe against your non-dominant arm. Cheat. Cheat. Now a variation of that you might see is your non-dominant arm just kind of right here on your body, and your dominant hand with your index finger going down in that same type of hand motion. Cheat. You may see that same sign with the horns on the non-dominant hand, and then with your dominant hand with the index finger in that same motion. Just wanted to show you some different variations that you might see as well. Another sign for cheat that you might see, which even itself has a couple of different variations like I just showed you with the other one previously, is going to be cheat like this. So your dominant hand is in a 3 and your non-dominant hand is kind of in a, a B shape a little bit. And then you're going to like straddle your middle and index finger like this, cheat. cheat. Or you might see it where your hand, your non-dominant hand is turned a little bit like this, cheat. So cheat, cheat. See it like that as well. You're just going to move your hand, your dominant hand, a couple of times. So you're going to either do this, cheat, or cheat. Have your hand turned a little bit like that. So those are just some of the variations that you might see for the word cheat. Verb. So with your hand in a fist, you're going to have your pinky touching your chest. As you move up, your index finger will come out and point up like a 1. Verb. And then come back down. Verb. Involve. So with your non-dominant hand, you're going to have a C shape. Dominant hand is going to be in a 5, and then you're going to end up having it in a closed 5 where your fingers are touching together like a flat O. Involve. After you make the flat O, or as you're transitioning, you're going to put it right here inside your non-dominant hand. This can also be the sign for include. Involve. Imagine. So with your hands, you're going to have eyes. Your fingers are going to be facing towards you. And you can touch your forehead or your temple right here with your dominant hand and then go out, and then you're just going to go hand over hand as far as like making circular motions in front of you. Imagine. Imagine. So for the word nag, there might be a couple of variations depending on how you're wanting to use the word. Now the first one is this, nag, meaning to bother, to pick on, to disturb somebody over and over again. And then the second one is like to preach to somebody. Now this isn't like preaching like in a church, it's more like you're nagging at them, like telling them what to do, like preaching to them, right? So those are two variations that you might see interpreted with the word nag. The first one is going to be your non-dominant index finger like this, and then your dominant hand, you're just going to have your thumb and index finger touching together, and then you're going to go down and then out on the side of your non-dominant finger. Nag. Don't forget your facial expressions. Nag. Now the second one that I showed you was like to preach to somebody, right? So in a way that's nagging, bothering them, preach. So you're going to make an F with your dominant hand and then just hold it up in the air and then go down like this. Nag. So again, we have nag and nag. Practice can also mean training in specific context. So first, let's discuss how to make the sign. So with your non-dominant hand, you have the index finger, and then your dominant hand, you make an A shape. Now, when you put it on here, you go back and forth a couple of times. That's practice. Now, this word, practice, can also mean the same as training in the appropriate context. So if you want to use this for practice or training, that would be fine. Within the context of the conversation, it should be, clear by which you're talking about, whether it's practice or training. Practice, and in some cases, it can mean the word training. Now, for training specifically, if you want to use that word, you're going to replace the A with a T and do the same movement. Training. Practice, and sometimes training, or specifically training. The word ready has a few variations, so I'm going to be showing you 3 of them in this video. The first one, you make 2 R's, kind of have them pointing toward each other like this in front of you, and then move outward. Ready. Ready. So that's the first one. The second ready is going to be with 2 R's, and you're going to have them pointing towards your non-dominant side. So for me, it's toward my left because I'm right-handed. And then you're going to shift over to your dominant side, and for me, it's my right. Ready. This one indicates, like, are you prepared? Because a sign for, like, you know, prepared, plan, ready. Are you ready? Like, are you ready to go? So make 2 R's, point to your non-dominant side, and then move over. Ready. The third ready is kind of like this. So you make 2 R's, point them up in the air, and just move them back and forth. Or you might see it like this, kind of like how we did that, but up this way. Ready, ready. This one indicates, like, is everybody ready? Like, are you ready to go? Okay, that's the one that we use for that context. So make 2 R's, ready or ready. Ready or ready. So those are the 3 ways that you can sign the word ready in different contexts. Steal. So with your non-dominant hand, it's going to be right here in front of you, flat. And then with your right or dominant hand, make a V or a 2, and you're going to put it right here at the elbow. And as you move forward, you're going to move and transition into the bent 2 or X's. Steal. Steal. Appreciate. So you're going to have your hands in closed 5s, your dominant hand on top, and you're going to rotate on your chest, like going opposite directions. Appreciate. You're going to rotate a couple of times. Appreciate. Eat. With your dominant hand, you're going to make a flat O shape and then move towards your mouth a couple of times. This can also be interchanged with the word food. Eat. Eat. Forget or forgot. So your hand, with your dominant hand, you're going to have a closed 5, touch your forehead, and then swipe into an A or loose A shape. Forgot. Forgot. Understand. So with your dominant hand, you're going to have it in a fist, and then you're going to transition to a 1 right here. Understand. And kind of move your hand up a little bit, like a light bulb going off. Understand. Understand. Bite. So with your non-dominant hand, you're just going to have a closed 5, and then your dominant hand in a C, and then you're going to bite like this, and then close it like as if you're closing your mouth or if something is biting you. Bite. You could also do the same motion on something else, like another body part. Let's say something bit your arm or somebody bit your arm. Bite. So the same concept applies. bite. Escape or evacuate. You can use the same sign for both of those words. Evacuate or escape. Your non-dominant hand is going to be just kind of in a closed five, or loosely closed five like this. Dominant hand with your index finger, you're going to put it here between your non-dominant index and middle finger. And then when you sign the word, you're going to move your dominant hand out from in between those two fingers. Escape, evacuate. Just in a quick, solid motion. Escape or evacuate. Lie, or to not tell the truth. So for this sign, you're going to have your hand, dominant hand, bent, and you're just going to go right here across your chin, lie, and swipe over to the opposite side. Lie. Lie. Drink. So with this sign, you're going to make a C with your dominant hand, and with your thumb is going to be closer to your mouth, and then you're going to go up as if you're drinking from a cup. Drink. Drink. Decide. So you might see somebody with their dominant hand point to their head like think, and then transition to F's and come down like this with both hands. Or you might just see somebody do this. So starting up here with open fives, and then as you move down, you close them. So those are two variations that you might see. Decide. The sign for wash has a few variations depending on the context. The first one is going to be this, wash. This is just the general word wash when you're just talking about having to wash something. So with both hands, you're going to make A's, and your dominant one is on top, not like this, but like this, kind of to the side. Your non-dominant hand on the bottom does not move, but the dominant hand on top moves in a circular motion counterclockwise going towards your body. Wash. Wash. Now the second way that you can use the word wash is with both hands in the A's like this, like how we did the first one. Now this one, when you do both hands, like you maybe your dominant hand first and then your non-dominant hand, you're going to be doing them both like this. This is for when you're washing a wall or like washing your car. You can kind of visualize that as you're doing the movements with that. Wash. The third one I'm going to show you is going to be like washing dishes. So you can imagine that your non-dominant hand is in a closed five, and this is a plate. Your dominant hand's in a closed five, and just like how we did with the A's, this time you're going to do that with flat closed fives. Wash. And you're going to move counterclockwise with your dominant hand, and then move your hand towards your body like this after you circle around. Your non-dominant hand does not move, just your dominant hand. And this again is for washing dishes. Washing dishes. The next one that I'm going to show you is washing clothes. So it's like a washing machine. Your clothes are in the washing machine, or you need to wash your clothes. Your hands are going to be in claw shapes, dominant hand on top, and you're just going to rotate them in opposite directions. Wash. Just shake them around a couple of times. Washing clothes. The next one I'm going to show you is like washing your face. So just like the first couple of ones we did with the A, we're going to do that same motion, but on our face like this, like you are washing it, with the cloth or with soap. Washing your face. The last one I'm going to show you is washing your hands. So wash, you're going to use that first sign that I showed you for wash with the A's, with your dominant hand moving in a counterclockwise motion. Wash, and then hands. Your hands are going to be in closed fives. Move the dominant one first, and then alternate and put your non-dominant on top and move. This is the sign for hands. Hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. So I hope you found these variations helpful, and those are just some of the ways that you can sign wash. Behave. So both of your hands are going to be in almost a B shape, but not quite a B shape. So they're going to have your thumb just kind of next to your fingers. So almost a B shape, but not quite. So it's going to be right about here. Behave. And the rest of your fingers are going to be closed together and go back and forth. Behave. I am right-handed, so I'm going to start out by going toward my left. So I'm going to start going toward my non-dominant side and then back. Behave. Behave. The word measure has a few different signs that will go along with it, and also has a few different meanings for the signs as well. The word measure, the verb form, meaning to measure something, you're going to have your hands in the Y shape, your thumbs touching together, pinkies a little bit forward or a little bit more out to the side like this, whatever is comfortable for you, and then your dominant hand will just move up and down. Measure. Measure. Now, this can also mean if you do this paired with the person agent marker, that means engineer. Engineer. Okay, so just wanted to let you know that as well. So measure is the verb form here, and then engineer when you put it together with the person agent marker. Now, the sign for measurement is the same. You're going to have two Y's, and your thumbs are just going to kind of touch together like this. Now, this can be the sign for measurement, as in the noun form, and also size, okay? Because you're like, what size, what measurement does that, like, do you need? Measure what? Like, what size do you need? Okay? So this time you're just going to have your, thumbs just kind of tapping together a little bit. Measure. You might see it where you touch once or a couple of times. I find that in natural ASL conversations, I've done it, a couple of times like this, but you could see it either way on different teachings across the internet or different books, because I've seen that as well. So again, measurement and the verb form, and also engineer when combined with the person agent marker. And then measure or size is where you're just going to tap your thumbs together. Damage. So you're going to have both of your hands in fives, and you're going to come back with your dominant hand, and then as you come back forward, you're going to close into fist or almost like A shapes. Damage. damage. Gossip. So you're going to make G's with both hands, and they're going to be like little mouths, like talking to each other. So you're going to move them up and down like this, and then you're going to move your arms in a circular motion. So for me, I'm moving toward my non-dominant side first and then back toward me. Gossip. Gossip. Share. My left hand or non-dominant hand is a closed 5 with my thumb pointing toward up. My right hand is a closed 5 as well. My pinky is going to be touching the other hand and just go back and forth. Share. Share. Agree. So with both of your hands, you're going to have your index or pointer fingers out. And then with your dominant hand, you're going to be up here by your head, kind of like think or thinking. And then as you bring your hand down, both of your hands are going to turn facing straight ahead. Agree. Notice the head nod that I'm shaking in agreement. Agree. Absent. So with your non-dominant hand, you're going to have a 5, and then your middle finger is going to be sticking down just a little bit. And then with your dominant hand, with your index or pointer finger, make a 1, and then you're going to swipe against that middle finger and then go back like that, okay? Absent. Absent. Flirt. So you're going to have both your hands in 5s facing down, touch your thumbs together, and then just go straight ahead, wiggling your fingers. Flirt. You might see somebody doing that a couple times, and that's fine too. So you're moving your hand forward while wiggling your fingers. Flirt. Effort. So when we talk about effort, it means to try or to give it your best shot. So in ASL, when we sign effort, it's signing like try. So you're going to make A's with both hands, have them close to your chest, and then move out like this, kind of in a downward swinging motion. Effort. Effort. Play. Make 2 Y's, turn your fingers facing towards you, and just twist your wrist. Play. Play. Argue. So with your pointer fingers pointing at each other, you might see them going up and down together like this for argue, or you might see it like this, alternating. Argue. Argue or argue. Ask. So your hands are going to be in closed 5s out in front of you, and as you come together, you're going to touch them together in the praying hands. Ask. Ask. Help. So with your left palm facing up, with your right hand make an A and put the bottom of your hand where your pinky is in the palm of your left hand and go straight up. Help. help. Lay down. So your left palm is going to be in front of you, and your right hand, you're going to make like a 2 or a loose U. It doesn't have to be together or far apart, just do it like this. Then with the back of your hand, you're going to touch the palm of your left hand. So lay down, like somebody is laying down. Lay down. Looks like that. Lay down. Remember, so you're going to make an A with both hands. Your left hand will be out in front of you. You're looking at your thumbnail. Your right hand, you're going to put your thumbnail on your forehead, right above your right eye, and then come down and touch your thumb. Remember. Remember. So there's different ways to sign running, like you're exercising, running. So you can take your 2 hands and put them in front of you in fists, and like running, like you're moving your arms when you run. Run or run. So you're going to make L's with both hands. Your left hand is going to be in front, pointing, and your right hand is going to be in the back. With your pointer finger, grab your left thumb. So left hand, right hand, you're going to grab your left thumb and bend your left pointer finger and move both hands forward. Run. 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 So run or run. Sit down or sit. So you're going to make U's with both of your hands, your left hand on the bottom at an angle. Your right hand will just go right on top, and your fingers will overlap one another to make like an X shape. Sit. 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 Stand up. So you're going to take your left hand, have it flat in front of you. Your right hand, you're going to make a V or a 2 and have it just right here to the side, and then come up and over, and then like you're standing on your hand. Stand up. Like you're giving the command. Stand up. Stand up. Procrastinate. So with this sign, it means to delay or put off into the future. So make 2 F's or 9s and have them like this right in front of you, where your fingers are pointing out forward. Your dominant hand is going to be more on top, and then you just go up and extend over out in front of you. Procrastinate. Procrastinate. Running errands. So with your thumb and pointer finger on both hands, you're going to make L's, and they are going to be touching together like this, but you're going to have them facing up. And you're just going to move around your arms in a circular motion, counterclockwise, while you're moving your thumbs and fingers. Running errands. running errands. Cry. There are many different signs for cry. I'm going to show you a few. Use your index fingers and right here under your eyes, bend your fingers up and down. Cry. Cry. You can also do this. Cry. Use your index or pointer fingers under your eye and just come out. You're going to be in an X shape under your eye. Cry. Cry. As you come out, twist your wrist. Cry. Or you can just make S's and do this right by your eyes like you're crying. Cry. So cry, cry, or cry. So those are the different ways you can sign cry or crying. Stop. So for stop, your left hand will be out in front of you, palm facing up, right hand, fingers closed together, and you're going to chop it right here in the middle of your left palm. Stop. Stop. Come. So like come here or coming over here. Have your pointer fingers sticking up. Turn your hands to where your back of your hands are facing out. Your hands should be away from you. Then you're going to come towards your body, pointing to yourself. Come. Come. Focus. So you're going to have both of your hands, thumbs facing up, fingers closed together, next to your eyes or your head, and then you're going to come at angles to where they come together. Focus, like you're laser pointing in, focusing on something like a laser. Focus. 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 Talk. So there are a lot of different signs for talk, but here's one of them. So you're going to make a 4, fingers spread out. Your pointer finger is going to be touching your mouth. Talk. 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 Go. You've probably seen many signs for go. I'm going to be showing you 2. So G-O. So you can spell G-O. Go. G-O. Go. Or if there's a specific place that you're going to, like over there, use your 2 pointer fingers and move them together and point over there. Go. Like I'm going. Go. So go, G-O, or go. Walk. I'm going to show you 3 different signs for walk. So you can make a 3, point it down, and move these 2 fingers like you're walking. Walk. Walk. Or you can make 3s with both hands, have them facing down, and alternate forward and backwards, like this. Walk. Or you can make like 5s, close your fingers together, face down, palms down, and alternate that way. Walk. Walk. So we have walk, walk, or walk. Signing. So have your pointer finger sticking out on both hands and make fists with the other fingers. Have your back of your hands facing out, and then you're going to move your fingers around each other, like rotate around, moving towards you. Signing, 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 signing. Cleaning. So if you're cleaning the house, that's what you're going to be signing. So one, two, three. Left hand flat, palm facing up, right hand flat on your left hand like this. 1, 2, 3. Clean, cleaning. Cleaning. Dance. So with your non-dominant hand, make a closed 5 out in front of you like a little floor, like a dance floor. And then with your right or dominant hand, you're going to make a 2 or a V and then point down on here and then move back and forth. Dance. Dance. Listen. Have your pointer finger sticking up and you're going to tap on your ear twice. Listen. Listen. So you may have also seen it like this with an L. Listen. That's more of the English version since you're actually using the letter L to point to your ear. So you might see it that way too. So listen or listen. Willing. So with the flat closed 5 on your chest with your dominant hand, you're going to put it here and then just go out. Willing. Willing. Learn. Non-dominant hand, you're going to make a 5. Dominant hand, you're going to put it here and then swipe up like you're pulling something out of your hand and putting it in your head. Learn. Learn. Again, my left hand or non-dominant hand is going to be flat in front of me. My right hand or dominant hand is going to be in a bent shape. And it's going to start out like this, where it's facing up. You're going to come up and touch the palm of your hand. Again. Again. Warn or warning. So with your left or non-dominant hand, just have it in a flat 5 in front of you. And then with your dominant hand, you're also going to have a flat 5, closed 5, and just tap your non-dominant hand on the top. Warn or warning.